Morning students. In previous class we studied the differentiation of parametric function. We did the question number 7, you remember. Today I will make some more important question of the exercise 5.6. I will continue. And question number 8 I am taking x equal to a cos t plus log of tan t by 2 and y equal to a sin t. Find dy by dx. This is a question. It's an important question. So I just want to do this. First we have given x equal to. And you don't worry that what you need to take first. You can take y equal to, or you can take this initially, no matter at all. So I have chosen to take this one, long it is. So what is the method you remember? That first you choose that x is a variable of t and y is also variable of t. The third variable is a t. One by one I will differentiate x and y with respect to t. Then I will divide. I will get dy by dx. So look at the thing. I will first differentiate with respect to t, d by dt. A is a constant. So d by dt will be cos t and d by dt will be log tan t by 2. Afterward, this is d by dt cos t. The differentiation cos t is a minus sin t. And d by dt log tan t by 2, we have three functions. First is a log, then tan, then t by 2. So make a chain. The differentiation of log is 1 by tan t by 2. Differentiation of tan t by 2 is a sec square t by 2. And differentiation of t by 2 is a 1 by 2. So it is in single line. I have done all the proper differentiations. Now what to do? A minus sin t. This is a 1 by 2. 1 by 2. This is tan t by 2, which I will write sin t by 2 upon cos t by 2. Actually it was in denominator. So when I will write that sin by cos, it will actually automatically will happen or will get cos by sin. And this is a sec square, which is ultimately will be written in downside cos square t by 2. That is simple term. It was in numerator. When I keep it in denominator, it will automatically be its reciprocal, which is cos square t by 2. Now what is the next coming? Minus sin t. This cos and cos will cancel to each other. So definitely one power will cancel. So rest is 1 upon 2 sin t by 2 and cos t by 2 will be there. So very important formula is coming here. If you remember that we had a formula sin 2 theta, which is 2 sin theta cos theta, and by which we can create the half angle formula, which is sin theta 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. Look at the term 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2, which is actually sin theta. So whole answer will be with you minus sin t plus 1 upon this whole is called sin t. So 1 upon sin t we have got. I will take out LCM here. So first I want to write the positive term and then I want to write the negative term, so that on LCM it seems easy. Now I'll take an LCM. It's gonna be sin t 1 minus sin square t. I took the LCM. The easiest term is coming 1 minus sin square t itself a cos square t upon sin t. So you have got till now the term dx by dt. Now only the simple term is being here, which is y equal to a sin t. This is. So in single step I would explain that dy by dt will be, no, I just don't want to be do any formality here. Want to write directly that a sin, the differentiation of sin t is a cos t. Now it's time to find dy by dx, which was meaning dy by dt upon dx by dt. And dy by dt is a cos t. And dx by dt was a cos square t. upon sin t. So one should know that a and a cancel, and one cos will cancel. So this sign will go upside upon cos t is being here. So whole answer is a tan of t. This is the answer. So it was a interesting and important question. So that I explained in front of you. You do try from your side. Hope you have seen it. So let me put one more question in front of you of the same exercise. Look at question number 11th is being good. X equal to a to the power sin inverse t and y equal to cos inverse t to show dy by dx is equal to minus y upon x. This is the question. Very interesting again. This may come in exam also. Solution. As usual, I'll go with y. And I start. You know the method. What is the method is? We have just go with dy by dt. D by dt of a to the power cos inverse t. How many function it is having? Root function, a function, and cos inverse t. So a is coming here. Before writing even a single step, I would try to write here once more the formula d by dx a to the power x. It is the same into log a. I know that it didn't come before it a lot. That's why definitely student can't keep remember these formulas. You know the e to the power x. I know. You know the formula of log x, differentiation of log x, but you don't know a to the power x. You don't know log x at the base of a. So few formulas actually comes very rare in the questions, but they are important because in exam if it is supposed to come, you will be in trouble. So remember that formulas. Okay, a to the power x is equal to this one. So okay, now let me extend my steps here. First I'll use a root sign. And you know the differentiation of root is 1 upon 2 into same. 1 upon 2 into same, and d by dt of a to the power cos inverse t. Now what I write here? 1 upon 2 into a to the power cos inverse t, d by dt of a to the power this. A similar formula I'll use here. So it was with respect to x. It is with respect to t. So no matter at all. But it is a simple function, but it is a function of function. So chain rule again will follow here. A and then cos inverse t. So you don't worry about that. First use a. That's same into log a. So I'll use here same into log a. Same into log a. But this is not enough. You have to go d by dt of cos inverse t also. Cos inverse t. Then after what will happen? Look at 1 upon 2 into a to the power cos inverse t, a to the power cos inverse t log a, and d by dt of cos inverse t, d by dt of cos inverse t is minus 1 upon over root 1 minus t squared. This is a long but it's fine answer. You don't have to worry about that. This is why. Similar, I'll go with the x. Now, x is equal to, this is a to the power sine inverse t. So similar I'll do. I think that it will not be worried about the question because the question is nothing special. A to the power sine inverse t. So same I'll do without wasting any time. 1 upon 2 into same. Again differentiation of a to the power sine inverse t. Then 1 upon 2 into a to the power sine inverse t. This is a to the power sine inverse t having a differentiation same into log a, and again differentiation of sine inverse t, which is 1 upon 2 into a to the power sine inverse t, a to the power sine inverse t log a upon the sine inverse t have a differentiation 1 upon 1 minus t square. 1 upon 1 minus t. It was a minus 1 upon 1 minus t square. It is same. Now we have got these two. Then finally I'll go with dy by dx, which was meaning dy by dt upon dx by dt, and now divide. So dy, look at the term. I tell you. First I'll write this term, but just I want to manage the term. In the numerator, this and this coming. So minus upside a to the power cos inverse t, log a upon 2 into a to the power cos inverse t, and 1 minus t square is being here. So this is the term which I managed properly there. Upside we had a these term and downside we had a these term written together. Now what to do? You know it. I'm going to divide by this term. But I just want to speak something, and you try to understand. When this term will be written in denominator, when this denominator will be coming in the multiplication, the whole term will reciprocal itself. So I don't want to waste the time and space and not having good space there. That's why I directly turn as a multiplication, and I write converse, that only to a to the power sine inverse t, that 1 minus t squared whole upon a to the power sine inverse t, and log a will be written here. Hope you have got till here. This is nothing special term, but only I just managed this term properly. It was actually division, but I use a multiplication. I reverse this term. So after that, what will happen? Look properly. These two terms will cancel. 2 and 2 will cancel, and log a cancel. So the remaining term is being here. I again want to speak something, and which you can get it easily. That a to the power cos inverse t and a to the power cos inverse t both are looking same with single under root here, and it is not so. You all know that when x upon root x can be written root x by cancellation, similar they can be. So hope you have got me that these two will be minus of over root a to the power cos inverse t, and all terms are going to cancel, these two remaining only, and these two will treat it as the same as I did here. A to the power sine inverse t and a to the power sine inverse t, again the same in under root sine root remaining here, a to the power sine inverse t, and all term will be cancelling. So this is gonna be dy by dx is equal to minus of this and this are coming, and very pleased thing is that a to the power cos inverse is equal to y and a to the power sine inverse is equal to x. So just put your proper values. Instead of that I'm going to put y, and instead of that sign I'll put x. And that only the criteria which we wanted to show. Look at dy by dx is equal to minus y by x. It was a requirement, it has come. The question is just a bit long as far as the method is concerned, but question is actually easy. It is just depending on the chain rule, and I think you know it. So hope it is better to understand. Now let me remove this, and I'll now move on the next topic, because this is enough. Some examples and some question of the exercise I already explained properly. So I'll now move on the next topic, which is a second order derivative. So this is an important topic. Definitely it is the last topic of the chapter, because after this we had one more topic, which is a Rolle's and Lagrange theorem, but it already had been removed from your syllabus, new syllabus. So we will not study that, but we will study the miscellaneous example and exercise also, because this may come in exam also. So look at it, is the topic is second order derivative and higher order derivative. This two topic will study. So what it means, look at, I tell you. First we start with y is equal to f of x, and we all know it is called y is a function of x. When you do differentiate, what you write? Differentiate with respect to x. When you do differentiate, what you write? Dy by dx This is a symbol of differentiation, and you write here d by dx of f of x. And you know that it is depending on the function, what the function is, and according to the function and the rule, it differentiates itself. But I just want to familiar to you with some symbols. This is a differentiation. Now you please try to make the habit to speak it as a first differentiation, because after it may be differentiate successively more and more and more. Like I tell you this. Now just try to understand what I'm telling you. This is a dy by dx. This is a dy by dx. It is called simple. I'm telling you, look at this term. Dy by dx is a symbol of first differentiation. D by dx of f of x will be called the f dash x. F dash x. It is a symbol. Look at d by dx of f of x. This is very genuine. F of x is a function. Whatever the function, it will be differentiate no matter. I'm not telling you this one. I'm telling you that what is the symbol used when it is f of x. So f dash x will represent first differentiation with respect to x. Against it, you have y. So if you will write y1, it is again the first differentiation. So these three famous symbol I have told you that whenever y is here and on first differentiation you are doing, you can write y1. You should not, if you don't want to write dy by dx, it is very actually bit large rather than this one, and if you want to write in short your differentiation term, you can write y1. I put example. Suppose y is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1 is a question. You want to differentiate this term. You will write differentiate with respect to x. Till now, till the date, you used to write dy by dx and d by dx, so on, so on, so on. But now you are free to write differentiation of y, you can write y1. Because of y1 itself meaning dy by dx. But here you have to go with d by dx because it is nothing special symbol here. You have to write this term and do differentiation as a formal method. But this is important. Okay. Now let me explain one more thing, that if you're supposed to have here f of x, it may be there. So you will write differentiate with respect to x. Then you will write f dash x. You need not write d by dx of f of x. You can directly write f dash x, which is equal to then d by dx of x square and so on, so on, so on. D by dx of 2x and d by dx of 1. So this only I'm telling you the symbol, which is a f dash x and y1. This is famous. This is very famous. Okay, I want to stop myself here and then I tell you that it was f of x. Okay, no matter at all. You did dy by dx. You got a d by dx of f dash x. F of x. You know that f of x have a differentiation will expressed by f dash x. Now, the thing which I am specially telling you, the second derivative, meaning if you write again differentiate with respect to x, look at the term, again differentiate with respect to x. So guys, you will write d by dx of this term and d by dx of this term. Look at, till now you studied only till here that whatever the differentiation and this is the answer. But this time we are learning that if the function is successively second differentiate, then it will be d by dx, which is a genuine symbol of differentiation of dy by dx and d by dx of this. So let me tell you directly that this d by dx of dy by dx will be written d square y by dx square. And I request you, please don't think that I multiply. It is only the symbol. d2y by dx2 or d square y by dx square. It is a symbol of second differentiation. It is a symbol of the second differentiation. And here it is, d by dx of f dash x is coming. So as usual I taught you here, it may be written f double dash x. It was a single dash. It is a double dash. And according to y1, I will write y2, y2. So these are the three symbols which I wanted to share with you. It is a redifferentiate, meaning again differentiation or second differentiation. Like, but suppose your question is sin x plus cos x. And I tell you that find the second order derivative. Second order derivative. Then what you will find? differentiate with respect to x. So this y will be written y1 d by dx of sin x and d by dx of cos x. You know the answer. This is cos x, this is minus sin x. Now you will write again differentiate with respect to x. So this y1 now will be y2. You need not write d square y by dx square, something like that. And then d by dx of cos x and d by dx of sin x will be here. The cos x have a differentiation minus sin x and this is a minus cos x. This is y2. So till now you have understood that y2 it is here, so you also can find y3. Meaning it's a higher order derivative and nothing special now, students. One can do it, one can understand it very easy. This is still y, so d square y by dx square. Again I tell you, when you will find the third derivative, guys, it will definitely represent with f triple dash x and this is y3. y3. One more thing I want to express, that when you will find fourth differentiation, I know that in your book or in your syllabus you will reach till here. Maximum you will go till d2y by dx2, or in very few questions you may go till d3y by dx3, but till d4y by dx4 I don't think that you will go. Still I am telling you one thing, that it is f triple dash x, after 3 it is a 4. Now you don't have to write 4 times dash and x. It is a Roman language. You just have to write the number, Roman number, you know it, Roman number you know it, f4x, and it is y4 is sufficient to write f4x. It means that 4 differentiation you have done. So this is only the language now with the so-called examples which I explained here, by which you can get it what the thing we are studying here. This is a higher order in successive differentiation, and second order derivative, which was initial concept in your book. Highly it was a second order derivative, that's why book didn't mention the higher order derivative. Still I have explained. Okay, so one example I'll explain here. Example number 38. Question is, find d square y by dx square if y is equal to x cube plus 10x. This is a question. So I'll go with question that y equal to x cube plus 10x. I'll write differentiate with respect to x. So no matter that what you're writing here, you can write y1, you can write dy by dx. It is not foundation that you have to write y1 y2. It is on your wish. So if it is dy by dx, d by dx of x cube and d by dx of 10x, because of plus sign between them. So it is a 3x square and 10x have a differentiation sec square x. You have got a first differentiation. You will write now again differentiate with respect to x. You will write that only directly d square y by dx square. Or if you are writing y1, you will write y2. Okay, d by dx of 3x square and d by dx of sec square x. Now it is given the answer. It is 3 is constant value. So x square have a differentiation 2x. So 2 3s are 6x. It is a chain rule. First will be power and then sec x. So power will come front. 1 will deduce from the power. And again differentiation of sec x will be there. So last answer will be sec x to sec x, and differential of sec is sec x into 10x. So last answer will be 6x to sec into sec square x and 10x. This is the answer. So hope you have got the method. Now time already have gone enough. So from the example 39 we'll start our study. I request you, do initial 10 question of the exercise. Do initial 10 question of the exercise from your side. Thank you.